In the tapestry of history, few leaders possess the foresight and audacity to reshape the destiny of nations. Lee Kuan Yew, the architect of modern Singapore, was one such luminary. His wisdom, forged in the crucible of decolonization and nation-building, earned him global recognition. In 1992, Lee Kuan Yew stood before the Philippine Business Conference, his words carrying the weight of experience and a hint of urgency. He delivered a pointed analysis of the Philippines' potential and pitfalls. His message was stark. The path to prosperity demanded discipline over unrestrained democracy, economic pragmatism over political grandstanding, and a resolute commitment to law and order. This essay delves into Lee Kuan Yew's prophetic pronouncements, examining their relevance to the Philippines then and now. It explores his proposed solutions, assessing their impact on the nation's trajectory. Ultimately, it underscores the enduring power of his insights, reminding us that the future, while influenced by the past, remains malleable in the hands of a determined people. Lee Kuan Yew's assessment of the Philippines' challenges centered on a fundamental observation: true democracy cannot flourish without the bedrock of discipline. He believed that the essence of a functioning democracy was not just in the act of voting, but in the underlying principles that guided a society. Without discipline, he argued, the democratic process could easily be hijacked by those who sought power for personal gain rather than the public good. He argued that while elections and freedoms were essential, they were meaningless without accountability and a shared commitment to national progress. The mere existence of democratic institutions did not guarantee their effective functioning. It was the responsibility of both leaders and citizens to uphold the integrity of these institutions. He cautioned against the dangers of what he termed Western-style democracy, where individual rights were often prioritized over collective responsibility. In his view, this imbalance could lead to societal fragmentation, where personal freedoms were exercised without regard for the common good. In such an environment, he argued, political opportunism could easily overshadow the genuine needs of the people. Politicians might focus on short-term gains and populist measures, rather than long-term solutions that required collective effort and sacrifice. Lee's critique stemmed from his belief that a nation's progress hinged on the ability of its citizens to embrace a collective good over narrow self-interest. He emphasized that true patriotism was reflected in actions that benefited the entire community, not just individual ambitions. He argued that discipline, both individual and societal, was the linchpin for economic growth, social harmony, and effective governance. Without it, the very fabric of society could unravel, leading to chaos and stagnation. His message resonated with a sense of urgency, particularly for a nation grappling with the legacy of authoritarian rule and the challenges of a nascent democracy. The Philippines, with its rich history and complex political landscape, stood at a crossroads. Lee's words served as a potent reminder that true freedom required more than just the right to vote. It demanded responsible citizenship, a commitment to the rule of law, and a shared vision for the future. Only through such a disciplined approach could the Philippines hope to achieve lasting progress and stability. One of Lee Kuan Yew's most pointed criticisms of Philippine politics was its susceptibility to what he termed political theater. He believed that the political landscape in the Philippines was often dominated by grandstanding and showmanship, rather than genuine efforts to address the country's pressing issues. He lamented the tendency for elections to devolve into spectacles of entertainment, where the focus was more on the charisma and popularity of the candidates rather than their policies or capabilities. In such an environment, personality and populism often overshadowed substantive policy discussions. This, he argued, led to a political culture where the most important issues were sidelined in favor of theatrics. He observed that this focus on theatrics distracted from the pressing issues confronting the nation: poverty, unemployment, inadequate infrastructure, and a lack of access to quality education and healthcare. These were the real challenges that needed urgent attention, but they were often ignored in the frenzy of political showmanship. Lee argued that this preoccupation with superficiality came at a high cost, hindering the Philippines' ability to address its fundamental challenges. The energy and resources spent on political theater could have been better utilized in creating effective solutions for the country's problems. He contrasted this with Singapore's approach, which he characterized as pragmatic and results-oriented. In Singapore, the focus was on practical measures that brought about real improvements in the lives of its citizens. In the Lion City, he explained, the focus remained firmly on delivering tangible improvements in the lives of citizens, from housing and education to healthcare and economic opportunities. This approach ensured that the government remained accountable and effective. Lee's critique of political theater serves as a timeless reminder that true leadership lies not in captivating audiences, but in serving them. It is a call to prioritize the needs of the people over the allure of the spotlight. It highlights the importance of holding elected officials accountable for their actions, not just their words. Voters must look beyond the surface and scrutinize the real impact of their leaders' policies, and for prioritizing the long-term well-being of the nation over short-term political gains. Only then can a country truly progress and meet the needs of its people. Lee Kuan Yew's vision for the Philippines extended beyond political reforms. He placed a strong emphasis on the paramount importance of economic pragmatism. He urged the nation to embrace a mindset that prioritized sustainable growth, global competitiveness, and the creation of tangible opportunities for its citizens. He was a vocal critic of protectionist policies, which he believed stifled innovation and hindered the Philippines' ability to compete in the global marketplace. He pointed to Singapore's success in attracting foreign direct investment as a model for the Philippines to emulate. Lee argued that economic progress should not be viewed as a zero-sum game but rather as an opportunity for mutual benefit through trade, investment, and collaboration. He envisioned a Philippines that would leverage its natural resources, strategic location, and young, dynamic population to become a thriving hub of Southeast Asia. His message of economic pragmatism continues to resonate today as the Philippines navigates an increasingly interconnected and competitive global landscape. Section 5. The Foundation of Law and Order. Central to Lee Kuan Yew's vision for a prosperous Philippines was an unwavering commitment to the rule of law. He believed that without a solid legal framework, no society could thrive or sustain long-term growth. The rule of law was not just a concept but a practical necessity for the Philippines to achieve its full potential. He argued that a fair and efficient justice system, coupled with a strong stance against corruption, was fundamental to attracting investment, fostering economic growth, and ensuring social stability. A transparent legal system would provide the confidence needed for both local and international investors to commit their resources to the country. He identified corruption as an insidious disease, eroding public trust, deterring investment, and hindering the delivery of essential services. Corruption, he noted, was like a cancer that, if left unchecked, would spread and undermine the very fabric of society. He urged the Philippines to tackle this scourge head-on, advocating for greater transparency, accountability, and a culture of zero tolerance for graft. He emphasized that fighting corruption was not just the responsibility of the government but of every citizen, who must demand integrity and honesty from their leaders. Lee also stressed the need to professionalize the police force and the judiciary, ensuring they were adequately resourced, trained, and empowered to uphold the law without fear or favor. He believed that a well-trained and well-equipped police force was essential for maintaining public order and safety. He believed that a robust and independent judiciary was essential to safeguard individual rights, protect property rights, and ensure a level playing field for businesses. An independent judiciary would act as a check and balance on the other branches of government, preventing abuses of power. His emphasis on law and order remains as relevant today as it was then, serving as a reminder that sustainable development requires a strong foundation of justice, fairness, and accountability. The principles he championed continue to guide the Philippines in its quest for a just and prosperous society. Lee Kuan Yew believed that an open economy was crucial for a nation's prosperity. He often emphasized that countries should embrace globalization and free trade to foster economic growth. According to him, protectionism and isolation would only lead to stagnation. Infrastructure, Lee asserted, is the backbone of any developed nation. Without efficient transportation, communication, and utilities, economic activities cannot thrive. He highlighted the importance of investing in robust infrastructure to support sustainable growth and improve the quality of life for citizens. Lee Kuan Yew stressed the need for accountability in governance. He believed that leaders should be transparent and answerable to the people. Corruption, he warned, could erode public trust and hinder progress. By ensuring accountability, governments could maintain stability and foster development. The future, Lee Kuan Yew often said, is yet unwritten. While we can learn from the past and plan for the future, it is the actions we take today that will shape tomorrow. He encouraged nations to be adaptable, innovative, and resilient in the face of changing global dynamics. The journey, he reminded us, is ongoing, and every decision counts.